folks, Jason Bowles with Outdoor Product Review. It's about that time of year again. Here it's the 20th of August and elk season's just getting ready to kick off out in Colorado and Montana and all these other places. A lot of people ask me, they say, what bugle do you use? I have a friend, as a matter of fact, who had sent me some footage. I have a friend who, he's learning how to elk call, and just real quick, let me pull up what he had sort of sent. He's trying to really bugle, and he'd asked for some advice, and he thought, you know, maybe I'd be able to help him, but let me just play this for you here real fast. This is his bugle. You know, sort of sad. So I gave him some advice. Now, the bugle that I use of everything is one by Bugle and Bull Game Calls. Now, I'm not sponsored by them by any means or have any affiliation with them, but I've used all of the bugles that you could possibly use. I've used Primos. Gosh, what other? I have another one over here, the dual reed game call or the dual game calls. And I've always gone back to this bugling bull game call. And the whole reason is that I like it because it's nice and compact. So put it like this. I put it around my shoulder, like over my neck, and I carry it with me, and I can bugle while it's still attached. You guys have seen some video I did. I think I uploaded to my Facebook page last year. I had a bull screaming. I was early season. And didn't work out, but you know, that's elk hunting. So the one thing I like about it real quick is that it's got this awesome little reed system here set up. And it's more like a bite type thing. Some people like using the mouth reeds, and I'll cover those in a second. But this one I really like because it's got a true sound. I always start my bugle with a growl, and then just, if I'm doing a locator bugle, I just stop it real quick, and I'll show you. So, like that. Just a real, and just let them know at the end. So, and if I have a real running bull, like this big bull I have right behind me, I shot him at 16 steps. And I called him in, and he had cows, and I got within that magic 100-yard distance from him, and I just really made him mad, and I started calling one of his cows to me, and I was real aggressive, and I just was like, and just really right up in his face saying, hey, I'm here to fight you. And that bull came right up, turned broadside at 16 steps, and that was the last thing he did. He ran about 20 steps and fell over, and that was all she wrote. The real cool thing about this is it's a bite system, so you just bite on it, basically, and then you blow. So you want to make it go higher, you bite a little harder. And I always add that. I want them to know that I'm the biggest, baddest bull around, even if I'm locating bugle. Because a bull's just not going to make that flute sound like this. You can locate them like that. However, they do get call shy a little bit later on. Now that's this one. Now, I always carry a mouth reed with me. This is another one by Bugle and Bulls. I have one from Wapiti River that I won on a forum. And we'll try that one here in a second. But the basic reed aspect, simple. You put it in. If you've never used a reed before, you can use them for turkey hunting, or what I use it turkey hunting. Pretty simple. I could use the same reed. This is elk cow. This is a cow reed though. So I don't use this to locate animals. The one I use from Bugling Bull, as a matter of fact, is the reed system. And I really like this because I can reach out there and it sounds true. That's what I use all the time. And man, I've called elk in from on the top of the mountain. You just start calling, and you can work them in and just sort of watch them and see what they're doing when you call. Just like that, real simple. I always carry this one around my neck, so if I have a partner that I'm out hunting with, I put them ahead and I'll call in the back and draw them right past them. You have to be careful, it's very loud. The elk can get call shy. But I always carry a reed in my mouth, so when I'm the one hunting and say an elk is coming in, I'm going to just draw my bow and I have this in my mouth and he'll stop. Just like that, like what's that? Boom, and the arrow's on its way. So you can also use this for bugling too. Now, I'm going to take the top off. I have a bugle tube from them, but I actually like bugling with this. It sounds better, but to each his own. So you can pull this off. So you can really get vocal with it and really try to change it up to make that animal, especially if you can see them, you can actually work it and make your calls customized to that animal that you're bringing in, because every elk is different. They have a different way of responding to a call, but that's just a little bit of something. So bugling bull game calls, that's the ones I like. If you can't use a reed, I recommend you using that. The Primos one has that little flat diaphragm. I was really good with that. I've used that a lot of years. And but I always go back to this one for some reason. One, it's compact. It folds up nice. They even have a smaller one, which I had bought. And it does wonders on the elk. I mean, I've seen them. I've bugled at them with both calls, and they always answer with this one. Now this one here, this is called the Black Widow from Wapiti River Outdoors. I'm going to try it. It's brand new. Haven't even put it in my mouth yet. But it's got a little bit like cutouts on the back here. Let me show you that. So it's got cutouts, and that's supposed to keep you from getting a gag reflex. So sort of fits in your mouth a little weird. Takes a little bit to get used to. You lose a lot of air around the back of those cutouts, but sure, once if you carry this, I mean, you're carrying these in your mouth the whole time you're out hunting, so they do get formed to the top of your mouth. Great thing for stopping and calling an elk, as a matter of fact. I'm going to put that one right here in my plastic case. I have a bunch of other calls too, all from bugling bulls. So I'll tell you, if you guys have the chance and you want to go out hunting elk, try the bugling bull game call. Like I said, I am not sponsored by them in any means, but I have tried all of them. Matter of fact, I have this dual game call one here, and the reed fell off, so let me just make sure I put it on there correctly. I think it goes like this. Yep, there you go. So they're pretty good, but it's a different type system. Let me show you the front here. It's got that little, it's almost like a reed diaphragm over that hole. And these take a lot of practice. Now, the way I learned to actually call elk is I'm driving to work. People probably thought I was crazy. I'm driving to work, and I had my elk call in the car listening to one of the Primos tapes, and I'm learning how to bugle. After 6, 7, 8 months, I had it down. And then from then on, I moved on to different types of companies just to see what they were like. So there you go. So if you guys are going to go out there and call, biggest thing and most important thing is you're going to have to practice. You need to practice with your call. You can't go buy one at Walmart or at the sporting goods store the day before you're going up to the mountain and start blowing around. Elk are not like you see on the Primos hunting videos. People get up there and they start calling and bugling and thinking the elk are going to come running in. Well, that's just not the case. You have to locate the elk first. Sometimes they'll bugle, it'll be so far away you won't even hear it. But yeah, definitely check these guys out. Like I said, I'm not sponsored by them by any means. I just want you guys to know what I use, because a lot of people have asked. And the cool thing about this is it has a baffled system, so you can open up the resonator here in the bottom to make it more sound like it's in a big like canyon, or make it real slow or quiet, if you will, so that when the elk's coming in, you could tune it down, still bugle, still keep them interested, and possibly aggressive, because that's what it's all about. When you're pulling back on a big bull, use that mouth call, stop them, send the arrow home, and hopefully, you guys will be sending me some pictures of some elk you're shooting this year. So I'll tell you, there's a tip. Just wanted you guys to understand what I use. I've had a lot of people ask me what bugle it is that I use when I'm at elk hunting, and I use the bugling bull call. And like I said, I am not sponsored by them by any means or have any affiliation with them. I just like them because it's a product that I really like and it's really good. If you have trouble with all the other reed systems that you're trying to learn on the Primos or the dual game calls, this one, it's simple. It's got the bite and blow, and you're ready to go. So for Outdoor Product Review, I'm Jason Ballas, and I wish you guys the best of luck this hunting season.